In this video, I will show you how to create beautiful color mixes with your Neocolor II crayons. I will have all the color mixes listed in the description, so if you're interested in finding out some special one, you can check it out there. But let's jump straight in and get started. Welcome friends to today's video, and today I have a fun Neocolor II mixing video for you. So you know that I love to mix Neocolor IIs together and create beautiful new colors. So that's what we focus today, and I have today for you 15, and not say maybe surprising, but at least they all will be a lot of fun color mixes. So let's jump straight in, and there would be a variety of different colors here, but I would say the overall theme is that each and every one of these color mixes is super useful if you are someone like me who enjoys nature drawing. So first I'm gonna mix together Jade and Payne's Gray. And by the way, of course, please be aware that how these mixes then look in the end, it depends a lot on what kind of ratio you have. So you can easily change the tone if you, for example here, if you add a bit more of Jade or a bit more Payne's Gray, the color changes a bit. But look at this beautiful color that you can create with these two crayons. I think this would be absolutely perfect for winter scenery. Again, for example, snow or late evening winter scene. That would be a beautiful color for something like that. Next, we are going to mix together some Prussian blue and one of my favorite browns, which is cinnamon. And these two create, of course, in a way, blue, but it is different from the Prussian blue because you will have a bit of brown in it. And it creates this would be, I would say, like a ocean green or very kind of green, bluish green. And if you add a bit more Prussian blue here, you will get a beautiful dark blue, but if you add a bit more cinnamon like I've done here, you get this beautiful ocean green, like dark ocean green color. Really, really pretty. Next, we will find, where is my turquoise blue? It's here. We are gonna mix together turquoise blue with a bit of gray. So a theme with many of these mixes, color mixes, is that I really enjoy Neocolor IIs, but I want to mix them to get more muted colors, because that actually serves many of my nature drawing purposes much more than the kind of original beautiful bright colors that Neocolor IIs have. And especially in the winter time where I live, there is lots of grayish and blues and beige out there. So these kind of tones are super handy. And actually I think this kind of turquoise blue with gray is a very beautiful, beautiful color mix. Actually, I'd say that also, let me see, these turquoise green with gray actually also creates a really beautiful mix. Then it's a bit more, as you can guess, a bit more green, but very similar nevertheless. Okay, next we could maybe take one of my favorite greens, which is the chromium oxide green, and mix that together with the most, actually one of the best mixing colors, which is beige. And these two together, well, you will see what they create. A very useful color again for, let's say, winter forests, for example. This is a mix that you've actually seen me use on this channel when I've been painting, creating some winter scenery with Neocolor IIs. Again, I think this is a very beautiful kind of muted color. And you can see that I'm adding quite a lot of water here, so these will be very transparent. If you add a bit more pigment and a bit less water, then of course ratio changes and they will be looking a bit different. Next, let's continue with beige. We are gonna add a bit of beige and mix that together with aubergine. Where is that? Here it is. And this will of course give us a purple, but it will be a bit muted down purple because of the beige. And this would be very beautiful, for example, for winter shadows. So very, very nice. Nice, beautiful, muted purple color. Okay. Then let's jump into something a bit lighter, or something which is actually going to be super, super light, but hopefully you will see it. This is the light cobalt blue hue, which you know I love for skies and water and you name it. And we are going to mix that together with Sahara yellow. Sahara yellow is, by the way, a beautiful mixing color as well. It is very light, but I think that's what actually makes it so pretty. And these two together will give you the most beautiful, very, very light, kind of yellowish green. I think this, I mean, you can probably just see it. It's very light, especially because I've added lots of water here. But this is a beautiful color for, say, any kind of very sunny day, sunny winter day. And this is a beautiful color to use on that kind of scenery, if that's something you enjoy painting like I do. Then let's jump into something with maybe a bit olivey. Let's take the olive brown and mix that together with, let's check where my Chinese green is. Here it is. This mix is to show you that something like Chinese green can be very, very bright, and I don't use that so much on its own, but when you mix it together with something, it's again a beautiful mixing color. And this would be the perfect color mix for more autumnal scenery, for example, September, October. I would say that this would be the perfect color to use, that kind of seasonally nature drawing. Very, very pretty color mix. Next, I'm going to jump into one of my favorite colors, which is purple. And purple is also a really good color for mixing. And we are going to this time mix it together with Orangish yellow. Here you can again see that these two colors next to each other, what kind of, well, how they look before mixing, and once we mix these together, you get this, I would say, here again, I mean, if you add a bit more purple, you get something that would be more pink, and if you add more Orangish yellow, of course, it's going to be much more orange or peachy color, but I think this is a beautiful color. And how you would use this in your nature drawing, well, of course, birds, many birds have a beautiful kind of orangish red tone to them, so this is a very beautiful color for something like that. Next, we will continue with some red, so let's take Crimson Alizarin hue and mix that together with some Sepia. Sepia is also a good mixing color because it's very dark, obviously. It's gonna tone everything down a bit and make everything a bit more muted. And with this beautiful red, when you mix these together, you get this reddish brown, which again is very good for birds, I would say, especially birds. These two together would be perfect for example, robins or other birds with some red tones and details. So what's next? Let's continue with maybe something similarly like brown. Let's take the English red, which is a color also that I don't use that often on its own. I don't have that many purposes for this, but let's mix that together with some cobalt blue. And why I want to show you all these color mixes is that very often we take what we have for granted, and we have the beautiful Neocolor II crayons, but we might find that they are too bright, or we don't have the exact color for our purposes or whatever subject we are drawing or painting that day. Oh, look at this beautiful, it's really, really pretty brown. And I don't want you ever to feel limited by the colors that you can see in front of you. I want to encourage you to experiment and see what you can create with your crayons and what kind of beautiful color mixes you can create, because that's, at least for me, something that really inspires me. So next, let's take russet, a beautiful reddish brown, and I'm going to mix it together with black. And I don't often use black, as you know. Black is not the #1 choice here on my channel, but it is very wonderful for mixing the Neocolor IIs. Look at this beautiful brown again, something so easy to create with the colors you have, and you don't have to have this kind of beautiful brown crayon separately. So as I said, that's the reason why I want to share these color mixes on my channel, because I know that many of you might not know how easy it actually is to create like so many different color mixes with Neocolor IIs, and at least I find these so inspiring. Next, let's take the famous malachite green. I know that many of you have commented the video I made about this and how easy it is to create beautiful color mixes with this one. And it is still true. Let's mix that together with purple. And I know this is very, very dominating color, the green one, so let's add a bit more purple. Actually, I could have maybe added a bit more of that. But anyway, this will create a very, very pretty bluish purple color. I'd say this would be perfect for winter scenery, again, like late evening snow, or flowers. If you are someone who enjoys painting and drawing flowers, this would be your perfect color. And also for birds, of course. Very, very pretty, that one. Let's continue with a bit of same kind of color family. Let's take ultramarine, which is again wonderful mixing color. It has so many different options, and mix that together with salmon. As you can see, many of these mixes, as said, has pretty much 50-50 ratio, so by changing the ratio you can create something very different again. And this gives you a beautiful bluish gray. I think that's what I love about ultramarine. You can create so many beautiful gray tones with that one. It's really, really good for that. And one more, maybe with more purplish, bluish. Let's take the periwinkle blue and add just a hint of black. Because why not? Why not test this one as well? And black is very dominant here, so let's not add too much of that, but look at this beautiful color. Actually, this trio I think is super pretty. Okay, and then last but not least, let's take this yellow green, and this kind of last mix is kind of a very basic, not basic, but it shows what I love about one crayon, which is called Payne's Gray. You know, I love Payne's Gray on this channel, we use it a lot, and this is a kind of good example why it is such wonderful mixing color. So we have this very bright green, and then we have Payne's Gray. And with Payne's Gray, you can so nicely kind of make it more muted green and something that's perfect for forests and grass, and especially the winter or late summer scenery. This would be a really, really pretty green for something like that. So these were the 15, I would say, some of my kind of not favorites, but in a way, favorites, some mixes that I love and I find myself using. And also I wanted to show you some of the really good basic mixing colors like beige and Payne's gray, ultramarine, Sahara yellow. So there are so many of those, but also just to show you how beautiful muted tones you can create with your crayons. So let's say you would only have, for example, 10 Neocolor II crayons. By adding just a couple of really good mixing colors to your collection, you can create endless new opportunities. So I hope that you found this inspiring, and I hope that you will also share your favorite color mixes in the comments below. I would love to hear, because I'm always into testing and finding new beautiful color mixes. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Bye for now.